So I wanted to come and say a few things here, and I'm serious about this, and I've been seeing this play out a lot, and it's where a man or a male wants to get a certain result out of a woman that they're dealing with, and they try to use another woman to create some kind of competition that is, I guess, is supposed to make the woman want to come back to the situation. Um, I feel like this is a useless conversation, but I'm still gonna say it. Real women do not go for that. We don't go for the competition trap. The old let's make somebody jealous, especially if you done fucked up. We don't go for that. We don't go for you trying to look like a player, and having a bunch of women. I noticed that Nature Boy kind of did that too. I noticed that Nature Boy did that. You know what? I don't know what. Like, it's almost like they're reading from the same book. If y'all remember uh that video of Nature Boy, whenever one of his wives would leave. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do players anyway. I don't do playboys and fuck boys. I don't like that. Me too, Jen, me too. But there was a video and I think he did this on a regular basis. I don't judge people that practice polygamy. I really don't. You can keep it over there with you. I'd rather just die alone. Thank you. Okay. Just don't be talking about me dying. You know, and that's extreme desperation. The whole thing to get attention from women by saying you're gonna die alone was extreme depravity on male parts. It was telling women that meant basically they're desperate. These men are desperate. But if y'all remember, Nature Boy would have his other wives go after the wife that was getting ready to leave, and sometimes he would have them fight the person. I don't like these people. And y'all know I love Eliana. I don't have anything against the wives or whatever, the carbonation wives or whatever. I don't have anything against them, but I'm not liking any of the men. These men that are doing that. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. And you know what? I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Like a lot of these people that are in social media that I've had an issue with, when I look at them closely, I feel like they're not even from America. I feel like they're from another country where things were done differently. Yeah, he used to make her fight. Yeah, that. And I think that Nature Boy supposedly was born in America. So, but like when I look at some of the other people that I've had issues with on here, like just on YouTube, um, ranging in age, and they even kind of look like they were not necessarily born in America. They kind of look like they were born in another country where the culture was totally different. And I felt like whatever values that they have are being forced on people that don't operate that way. As an American woman, trust me, I'm not giving a fuck about dying alone. In fact, as an American, I'm not thinking about dying at all. Dying is not something that I'm thinking about. And most American women are not pick me chicks. Hey sis, hey one EQ. Most of us are not. So I'm trying to figure out if this is a culture in other countries or something. Don't try to get an American woman to do that. And I've noticed, I think it's a lot of people that come from different countries here in America. There's that thing that I shared to the community wall about that Roquay chick. Not Ro. I didn't mean disrespect by that, but I can't remember. I think Maria Roque, rest in peace. She actually was murdered, uh, gunned down in front of her kids by the baby daddy. By the baby daddy, gunned down, murdered. She's on her way to take the kids to daycare so she can go to work. Okay, murdered her, murdered her. Okay, and when they showed the dude that murdered her, when they showed the dude that murdered her, he looks like he just kind of got that look like he's not from America. Like these men that are in America that are immigrating over here from other countries, y'all need to realize that when y'all dealing with an American woman, you're not dealing with like the women like from your country, right? And you're gonna have to get hip to the uh to the culture here in America. Seriously. Y'all gonna have to get used to that. And then when you run into an American witch, oh, she really a trip. Oh, she really a trip. She a whole trip. I'm a trip and I have exactly necromancy. I have no fear. I have no fear. You know what I'm saying? And I just noticed that. That's just like the other night when it was shooting outside my house. Like, you know, I I understand that there's a lot of crimes of passion that happens, and you may look at the news and you think, well, this is just pretty much how they do things here. But in reality, there's more people that are living kind of like civilized lives, and there's not an all out war happening for thousands of years. Dark Side Avenger. Is that Elm City? Hey Elm City, I ain't never seen you over here. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm not. Call me ugly, call me fat, call me a hag. I don't want to be a part of that. It makes me want to throw up. So telling me, and I don't understand why. Like I'm unresponsive to that. Like telling me, oh, I'm talking to another woman and I'm gonna get with her if you don't hurry up and do what I need you to do. I'm gonna like literally not like that's a turn off for me. That's a big no for me. You know what I'm saying? Something's up with that. Something's up with that. Like I don't get it. Like we're not interested. And I don't give a damn about no man. I don't I don't care about no man like that. It's not that important to me. A man and a husband for me is optional. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, when I feel like it's a possibility that the love of my life could be dead. Seriously, the love of my life, I feel like he is in the spirit realm. I don't feel that he physically exists. Okay. So I'm already feeling that way until somebody shows me different. Right. I don't give a damn about having a man. Having a man is not a virtue for me. And I was raised independently like that. And I've heard that there are a lot of women that will just take anything and, just anything. And you know what? I dealt with some shit for 5 years just to simply try to keep him happy, to stop him from attacking me in social media. Um, but otherwise, I didn't even want to do that. I didn't even want to do that. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't like that. But it's starting to become so bizarre that when I look at these people and and they're literally standing in judgment of me because I don't take shit from men. I can't I can't do that. Like I can't do that. And I don't care. I feel like it was so like, and usually American men are not like that either. They not. You know what I'm saying? American men are sort of henpecked to the point where a majority of them respect single women, even if it's a single mother. So I'm trying to figure out that these people come in on a boat, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they act so strange. It's very strange behavior. It is, and it's almost like a culture. It's like a culture, literally. And I'm like, is my name not Jamila Briscoe, born on 6/23/77? Am I not who I am? Cause I don't get it. That's just like there's women out here that will murder over a man. I'm not gonna murder anybody over a man ever. Ever. I wouldn't give a shit if I was married to him for 30 or 40 years. I'd rather leave his ass. I'm not gonna murder nobody for no man. I'm not gonna murder him unless it's in self-defense and he's trying to kill me. Otherwise, I just don't give a shit. And I think that's the way that you should be. You ain't supposed to be running around here ready to throw yourself off of a bridge over a man or a woman. I don't want a man to do that for me either. I don't need for you to fight every night to prove your love. I like peace. I like peace. I don't like arguing. I don't like grief. I don't like grievances. I don't want to argue about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I believe some of them are from other countries. I do. I do. I'm starting to really, really realize that about certain people. And I don't know if like the culture was like to where women were really poor and they needed a man to have a bowl of porridge or rice or whatever because some kind of third world country, and I'm used to being in America. I'm used to getting good jobs. I'm used to having good opportunities. Now, when I had my three oldest babies, I was I had assistance from the state because, of course, I wasn't making, I'm not college educated or anything. You know what I'm saying? But I was happy. I could take care of my children. I could pay my bills. I could buy them clothes and shoes. And I even always had cars. I'm not going to be submissive to you. I'm not going to agree with you just to be agreeing with you. I'm pretty much an Americanized. I they, I don't know why they call us that, colonized. I don't think I'm colonized, but I'm definitely Yeah, I'm sort of like a feminazi, if that's what they want to call me. And really, all you have to do is leave me alone. And if I'm that interesting to you to where you feel like you have to keep pursuing it or coming at me, I might just put a curse on you because you're getting on my damn nerve. I don't care that much. Having a man is not important. I don't think about relationships that much. Like, I just sat up here and wrote out four different petitions, right? I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner. It's not running circles around my head what a man said to me or what somebody did or that skank over there that's trying to pretend like she can replace me. I'm not thinking about her or him or them all the time. It's not something that's running around in my head. In fact, my mind is trained to not even think about your ass if I feel like you trying to play me. I won't even be thinking about. I guess, and they don't like it, sis. Anything with money, even if oh Lord, I don't care that much. I don't give a fuck about what people think about me not having a man or being single. I really don't care. You know, and it just seemed like, and I can't actually mention who all I'm talking about, but it just seems like a lot of them, and they all look like they come from like an island or something. Like I feel like it's something strange and unusual about these people because and I don't think that's a thing in the South either. I no longer believe that's a thing in the South. Like I figured it out. These people could not possibly have been born in America. Some of them are immigrants. And I don't have anything against immigrants, but y'all need to know how it works here in the Americas. Okay. And nine times out of 10, if a woman doesn't have a husband, she might have a homie lover friend, or she may have just somebody that she sees every now and then to get her rocks off, or maybe not even that at all. Maybe a vibrator. Maybe perhaps a woman is not thinking about sex at all if she is not with somebody. Like, sex is not something that I even really think about except for sex magic purposes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing some things alone by myself, or if my spirits want sexual energy. Because my spirits, I do repay them with sexual energy, some of them. Okay, not Santa Martha, she don't like that. But other spirits like Aphrodite, Azazel, they love that sexual energy. Clonic loves sexual energy. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm single, I'm not thinking about, ooh, I physically want a man right now. Like, it's not something that's I'm thinking about and obsessing over. Like, yeah, that would be nice to have a nice little beef injection. Yeah, that's nice. Being injected with beef, that's nice. Put some beef in my taco, right? But if I don't have a man that's not for me, like if it's not a man that I see as a feasible partner, I'm going to accept it real quick and not give a shit. I mean, that's just that's just how I am. In fact, I don't even care that much. You'd have to really do something to impress me. Normally a man has to impress me. If you're not impressing me, then I'm looking at you like you crazy. Yes, sis, they act like they just crawled out from a hut. They act like they just crawled out from underneath a rock. And a lot of women in America, they're not gonna be bothered with or deal with a man that don't have a job. You gotta have a job or something. You gotta have some kind of income. It ain't even about helping her pay her bills. It's about, do you have anything to do? Because an idle mind ain't good. You got to have something to do with yourself. A person that has the mental capacity to have a job or run a business, they're going to have more interesting things to talk about other than their dick or sex or some other hoe. Like, I don't want to talk about those things. And it really ain't American culture to compare yourself to another woman in a side by side photo. Girl, bye. Have you ever done that? Look at me, y'all. Look at me and look at this person. I mean, listen, I did that once last week, and that was to show. I feel like that person was trying to look like me or something. Like, it was very strange and weird, almost like she was wearing a Jamila mask or something. It was very weird. Otherwise, I don't require that. Like, okay, put a picture by her and by me, and I want to say I look better than her. I don't understand that. It's not that I can't compete. I just don't want to. There's no need. And I feel like love is like magic. There is no competition. Love is like witchcraft. Love is like spirit. There is no competition. There is no such thing as, oh, I can please him better than you. Please stop. Please stop. That, oh my God, I have never heard that before. I never would have thought of it. I can please him better than you. Love is love. And when a man loves a woman, he just loves that woman. That's it. He love her, he want her. Can't nobody else do for him what she does for him. So it's not like she can say, well, I had vaginal reconstructive surgery, or I do 900,000 kegels per day. And I'm gold star. Like, I can't even stick a pin needle up my cooch. It's so tight. So you saying that an average man can't even fit his penis up there? Wow, that sucks. When a man is in love with a woman, he just in love with a woman. Some other woman saying, I got better coochie than her, huh? You got better you got better coochie than who? That culture, y'all know I'm telling the truth. That, like, I've existed on this earth like for 36 years before I ran into some of these people, and they were saying things that I had never heard of. I just had never heard of these things. And another dead giveaway that they got to be immigrants, okay, black immigrants, is the colorism. Colorism ain't that bad in America. Where these people come from? Now, I do know over there in other countries, them people be bleaching the hell out of their skin. Like, I'm talking about, they be brown and then they be white. Typically, we don't have that. I know Michael Jackson did it, okay, but Michael Jackson, I believe that he was really diagnosed with vitiligo, right? Michael Jackson had vitiligo. I don't believe that Mike actually, and then plus, we don't know. There's been a lot of suspect things going on. Like, for example, they feel as though Mike died during the Pepsi fire thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that, don't y'all? Some of these celebrities are dead and cloned. That is a fact. That is a freaking fact. I believe in that shit. But otherwise, colorism, and then accusing people of bleaching their skin. What in the world? Y'all know how many times since I ran into certain people, how many times I've been accused of bleaching my skin? I have never bleached my skin. And then also, I've always gotten along with darker girls. I've always gotten along with dark skinned black women. Never had a problem with it. What's really going on? Where are y'all from? Y'all got to come from somewhere where y'all ain't actually American. I was born in America. So of course my culture is going to be different. And then also some of the stuff that I've seen certain people that I was associated with, right? Just kind of the people that I know from the South. That's not normal in the South. There and by the way, guys, my neighbors, they didn't move. They was doing something though. But or I don't, at least I don't think they moving. But the lady across the street, she's a she's brown. She's, I wouldn't say she's dark skinned, but she's brown, and she's a very nice lady. I've spoken to her several times. Where is all this coming from? All this chaos, because it doesn't seem like the American way. It doesn't feel right. It feels weird. It does. Because that's not something that American women do. Back to the relationships, though, American women typically do not fight over men. Like you hear about it on the news, you do. You see it happen, but we don't know where all these people coming from. Because I've seen videos of, black women, being real hood, being real ghetto, fighting over a man. You know what I'm saying? But that's typically something that I don't see too often. And it's been a lot of stuff in social media. How do we like, and this just emerged in the last decade. I believe a lot of those people are immigrants. I do, because that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. We don't do that. American women do not do that. And in fact, there's a lot of American women, they don't want kids or to get married. They don't care about that. They care about, doing their craft, doing, having a job. If you meet them, okay, if a man ain't the right man, bye. That's typically American culture. Bye. See you when I see you. Because you're not the one for me. If it don't work out, it don't work out. And then even when it comes to religion, America is not the type of place where you can come and be a Christian and be all like, yeah, you can't ever divorce that man. Divorce is not allowed. That's not normal in America either. To the point where it's like terrorism. If a woman wants to get divorced, she gets divorced. Hey, Stevan. Yeah, that's so weird. Something up with these people, and some of them do. When you look at them, you be like, were you actually, I'm gonna start asking people that, like, were you actually born in America? Because some of your values are just not American. You know what I'm saying? And I have patriotism. I actually love my country, right? I'm not gonna go fight in a war, but I love my country, right? Um, but I'm just not into patriarchy, right? Like, now I ain't into patriarchy, but I am very, what do they call that? Patriotic or something. And we just don't do that here. We don't. We don't do that here. Okay. So I don't know. And they be serious about it too. They be serious about it. They act like they just stepped off of Moses's boat from the Bible. Like well, no, that wasn't Moses, that was Noah. They act like they just got off of Noah's Ark or something. Like, whoa, whoa, hun, you're like a blast from the past. No, we just don't do that. You know, you know what I mean? It's just the way that it is. Now, I do believe in that battered women syndrome. And then I wanted to talk about this anyway. That poor girl, Maria. She had filed like a whole bunch of police reports against her ex-husband. Right before he murdered her. And they kept going on and on. The system failed her. The system failed her. I get that, and I do think that there's a spirit behind that, though. Whenever you practice a religion that gives men the okay to be disrespectful, abusive, and murderous, what do you think is going to happen? That's why, as a woman, I don't sign up for religions that don't provide me with justice and empowerment. Because those spirits from that Bible are very real. They are very real. I believe in spirits. And so, so a lot of people are thinking, well, this man, how is he getting away with this? How is he able to get away with it? He using that Bible and or his ancestors, but more than likely the Bible. So, the police, yeah, they are supposed to protect us, but I feel like it's your religion. That Bible tells you that it's okay for a man to do those things to you. It does. It says that it's okay for them to do that. It gives them a license to do that. And then they're also conjuring those spirits. More women should seriously, y'all need to have a pentagram hung up in your home for protection, at least a pentagram, something to protect you from that. Okay? Because that's the spirit behind that. That's why you feel so oppressed. Read it. You have to read the Bible. Trust me, I've read it. Okay? And when I wasn't necessarily Christian, but I still was kind of connected. This was years ago. Prayer, depending on who's doing the praying, can be powerful. And those spirits will jump up on you. That's why, being who I am, which is a Satanist, I have prayers against those oppressive spirits. Okay, rarely are they using that Bible to just protect themselves. What they're doing, they're using the Bible to oppress people. A lot of people are doing that. And there's a lot of different verses in the Bible about marriage, about love. I'm sorry, I'm not going to let Neanderthalic men from the Christ era control my love life. I can't do that. And it don't even seem right all this time later. It's like it's de-evolution. It's so weird. So that's why I'm a Satanist, because, I done been through too much. For some reason, these men out here be trying to tie you up and trap you. Mm-mm. And it's a lot of Christian women that ain't gonna go for that. And they're Christian. So if a majority of Christian women ain't gonna go for that, what makes you think a Satanist witch is gonna go for that? Because you know what? It ain't even about being a Satanist. It's about the earth. It's about flow. It's about the flow of energy. It's about the synergy. It's about, peace and harmony, and being at one with the earth, and just with the wind, and the rain. And, you know, the Bible, to me, what it creates is the gender war, personally. To me, is what it creates, a lot of it. But, so there's a spirit behind it. That's the reason why. That's why a lot of these men feel like they are entitled to murder us and take our lives. Okay? There's a verse in the Bible that says that you should murder rape victims. Yeah, it says it. It says that a woman is to be stoned to death. Well, I think it says the woman and the man, or does it just say the woman? I think it just says the woman. Says that she's to be stoned to death for being raped because she didn't holler out for help. So it says it in there. And then there's other Bible verses that we don't even know about. I just typically burn the whole damn thing. Okay. Seriously, it's ridiculous. And them Bible spirits feel real icky. They just make me feel all binded, and like something is like like a thorns, like a thorn of roses or something around my heart. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I reject the whole thing, for real. Throw the whole thing out. For real, so people can live in peace. We got enough problems with all this crazy weather, hurricanes and tornadoes and mudslides and stuff. Goodness gracious, we already got to deal with all that, but then we got to deal with folk acting crazy. You know what I mean? And it still don't make no sense that in our lifetime, there are people literally that are saying, I'm healing from religious trauma. Like, when people know better, they'll do better. Because what is this crap? You know? And I feel like if I never meet a man that's worth a damn that I want to be with, well, that's just fine with me. I'm not going to submit to a religion just to have a man in my life. I'm not going to do it. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm worthless? It's almost like people want something that they can't have. Like, I'm literally minding my own business, not thinking about you. Why do you care about my soul? That's the weird part about it. Is, as a woman, I don't want my vagina in the hands of politics and things of that nature. Of course we don't want that. Of course we don't want that. And we definitely tired of the church and state. Tired of that. Real tired. Hold on, y'all. I got something in my eye. I think that when people really wake up, like, all the way, they're gonna be like, "What in the hell was I tripping off of?" That's just like I told y'all about that time my father told me, "Well, honor thy mother and thy father, and the days will be long." I said, "Hey, bro, did you just wish death on me?" He was like, "Well," I was like, "Oh, well, I got protection from that." You know what I'm saying? So, you know. I'm not trying to disrespect my father. Y'all know I unfortunately lost my father. So, but I just wanted to bring that up as an example. Like, it's very rude, and I don't like it. Like, we would have a much better world if this world would be absolutely wonderful. Well, my world is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm in my own paradox or paradise. I'm in my own utopia. I am. I don't feel that we have to live the way other people live. This is what you accept as reality, and this is what I accept as reality. And to me that just works. Okay, the whole thing with, chasing somebody around, trying to force them to accept religion, it just seems unnatural and silly to me. It really does. And they be like, you better get right and get right with Christ. And I just be like, oh my God, like in the things that they say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and as for me and my house, we gonna worship Jesus. It's like, okay, 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 hon. I guess it must sound good to them. And I'm not knocking people that are religious. It's just that everybody doesn't contend with that. You know what I'm saying? And why do they have to make it feel like it's something wrong with you? Like, I have my own reasons for feeling the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it causes a lot of suffering to people. I feel like it causes a lot of chaos and a lot of confusion that's unnecessary. And so it's just like a bunch of unnecessary drama all the goddamn time, constantly. So, but anyway, I didn't really come on here to talk about religion, but I did want to mention that little tidbit about, where's that spirit coming from? Why is it that in romantic, relations, it's almost like the man or the woman is kind of given that leniency, but especially men are kind of given that leniency to hit a woman or to subjugate her or something like that. Like it's I don't agree with that. So it's just and a lot of people, I believe a lot of people are under mind control because of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that mind control has to start at like a very young age. That's one of the reasons why I didn't raise my children in the church or religious. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't raised like that either. I mean, I have memories of going to church when I was a child, but it wasn't, the Bible was not thumped at me as a child, and thank the goddess that it wasn't, because it's what they do is they do this repetitive thing, and then the mind kind of becomes wasted. It just kind of, you know yeah, it's, to me, teaching a child about the Bible is equivalent to child abuse. Okay, so that's literally how I feel about that. I know that it's weird when I talk about it, but like when I read the Bible, I was like, oh my God. And see, I recognize spirits, especially the spirit of Leviticus and Matthew, and those are spirits. hmm To me, it just seemed like, I don't know, as a society, or I don't even believe in society anymore, to be honest with you. I feel like everybody is in their own little bubble doing their thing. But you would think that somebody would have said something by now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person that has said this, and I definitely won't be the last. Maybe it's people out there that are afraid to say it. I'm going to say it because I want some peace. You know what I mean? I want peace. And I don't believe that those spirits even like to be called upon. I think that they are very angry. Those spirits are very angry. You know, people or so confused and they're just like walking around angry. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, can't you see that that's not doing it? Like, it's not doing you any good if you're always angry and confused. Maybe the reason why is because, maybe in this lifetime, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense to me. So, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like God did not mean for us to, live like that. But I think God did some amazing things, especially in the past century, as far as that is concerned, which I believe that God created multiplicity. And that's why I feel like people have their own individual realities, is what I feel is happening. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it is that they think or talk about or focus on is what totally shapes their entire reality. And I think it's sad if you allow the Bible to shape your reality. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? You put the good stuff with the bad, and then people are going to accept both. So, yeah, I agree. Thou shall not kill, right? That's one of the 10 commandments, right? Thou shall not kill. But what do you do if it's self-defense? What do you just grab some mud and throw it in their face or something? You know what I'm saying? Thank God I ain't never had to murder nobody. I don't ever want to be put in that situation where I have to murder somebody. No, thank you. You know, there are stories out there, many, many stories of survival where, um, people have had to take another person's life for self defense because that person was attacking them. I had a cousin that that went to prison for murder, and he's everybody's saying that it was self defense, and I believe him. I'm not saying that he's lying about that, but he went to prison for a long time too, just for self defense, and I would be pissed. You defending your life and you go to prison for it. I mean, I guess it would depend on what happened during the trial, but so I don't know, y'all. All I know is that I go by what feels right to me. You know what I'm saying? I go by my intuition when it comes to that. And if women truly want to be protected from domestic violence, or a crazy ex that's threatening your life, you need to like realize that a lot of them will literally go and pray to Jesus as well, but according to the Bible, Jesus condoned a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what's really going on with that? That's all I'm saying, y'all. People get real testy and touchy when you talk about stuff like that, but you know, I'm just so tired of all the trauma and the mm, tired of the trauma and the drama. Okay, for real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. And I feel that women should not feel like it's something wrong with them just because they don't want to be with a man. Like, especially if none of the men around you or none of the men are suitable for you. And you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he certainly shouldn't be bringing you grief and all that stuff. Like, what's the point in being with you? What's the point? But I feel like it kind of gives them a license to do what they're doing. And what do? We just sit around and be sad about it. You know what I'm saying? That's typically what a lot of people do, just sit around and be sad about it. Oh, yeah, I know my Aunt Gina taught me that. Don't let a man scam and force you to help him provide. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I think it's the religion, though, that's tearing them down. They go to Sunday, they go to church on Sunday, they be just, oh, they be feeling good by that evening. They in a negative place again by that evening. Why is that? And a majority of the generation of men that we're dealing with, especially if you're dealing with somebody your age, which is Generation X, they're not anything like the baby boomers. You know what I'm saying? They're totally different. They're totally different than that generation. They wild and woolly. Men have been, in speaking in terms of abuse and stuff, men have been abusive for a lot of generations, but why are they abusive? And why is there such a gap and a separation between men and women? It's the Bible. It's the Bible. It's what they're taught in the Bible. I can bring up several verses right now if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, but that's exactly what it is. Yep. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I thoroughly enjoyed those years of pregnancy and birth. I was pregnant back to back for like 3 or 4 years straight at one point. Because I always wanted kids, but I think that when it comes to no matter what the family composition is, I think that if a man is, because y'all do know that it's not good for the thymus gland. I heard that story again about the thymus gland. It was something. Oh, the thymus gland really helps the immune system, and your immune system is very important. Being stressed out every single day, do you know what that will do to your body? That's what I'm tripping off of. Like being stressed out. No wonder there's so many people that are on high blood pressure medicine and Zoloft and stuff like that because of the culture and the attitude. So if it's a man that I gotta argue with all the time and he giving me grief and it's kind of like, no, I don't want that. I want to be happy and to breeze through life. I want life to be breezy. I don't want to be sitting up here, stressed out every single day. And y'all know that stress and getting upset every day, that's why I would never stay, like, especially at my age, you know what I'm saying? Or 10 years ago, I'm not going to stay in a relationship with a man that's constantly got me hyphy and stressed out all day. I just can't do it. Stress kills people. Exactly. That means he's gay. And sis said he's gay. They gay, huh? I just know that for me, and I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, that men are having a man is optional. And that's the way it's always been. And typically when you're dealing with an American woman, she can make it without a man. My mother did it for years. My mother did it for years after her and my father divorced. She was single. She had a couple of people in her life or whatever, but My mother, she went to work. She spent time with her kids. She she had a happy and full life. You know what I'm saying? It just is kind of like, and when I think back to my 20s, hell, I wish I hadn't wasted my 20s. I wasted my 20s on giving a damn about men and relationships, and it's so much to recover from, and it's just like I don't know. I'm not interested, you know what I'm saying? In that, and if a man is just not gonna act right, I definitely don't want to be with him, and you can't force me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what a woman looks like. I don't care. There's no women out there that have a specialized look to where they should just have to deal with a man that ain't no damn good, that ain't treating them right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to what you try to make her think she looks like. Because really, that'd be a trick. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had 3 babies. My stomach got wrecked. It's not like, but in reality, what I don't even have to share that with you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. Yeah. So, I think a lot of these people are not from America, personally. Some of these folk that you be seeing, they're just not from America. And it's kind of like, apparently it was unheard of where they from for a woman to be single. I don't know. It's weird. It's something to think about. Because I felt, I'm going to be honest with you. I like my peace and I like my solace. I, you know, I'll be over here doing that oracle work. Sometimes I'll just have a big bowl of water and just doing all kind of work with that big bowl of water. I can't have nobody when I'm meditating coming in, acting all weird and stuff. I can't have it. I can't have it, y'all. So, and that's not to say that American men are the best. A lot of them are like that too. And it's just like, okay, well, how about I just stay single and not give a damn? Okay. And just because a woman is single doesn't mean that she has to be broke, poor, or struggling either. Okay, y'all, that's my sentiments on that. I gotta go. Y'all live life, man. I'd rather live a life of peace and prosperity than dealing with a problematic man. That's just where I'm at. I've been that way though. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I gotta go.